Jeffrey hasn't found his purpose. He does not have a mission. He's not ambitious and he doesn't have big goals. And so what do you think Jeffrey spends his days doing? Nothing. He wakes up late and the first thing he does, he grabs his phone and checks his notification. He wastes countless hours on social media, watching videos on how to find what to do with your life. Just like you. The answer is obvious and uncomfortable, but yet Jeffrey won't know it. That I guess his life would never change. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you. A few seconds before recording this video, I actually chanced on a YouTube video by Grant Cardone where he was talking about this same topic I'm about to talk about. That is purpose. He mentioned how he became a drug addict. He was watching all these unnecessary stuffs online, going to the club and all those things because of one thing. He didn't know what to do with his life and he had so much time. So when he had so much time, he started picking up bad habits. So that is the truth. You pick bad habits because you have so much time. You don't know what to do with your time. But anyway, that is just by the way. Now, to be very honest with you, I've never always been like this. I mean, compared to the fact that I write books, I have a podcast, I have a YouTube channel, I have a growing TikTok account. Compared to the older self where after I had dropped out of university back in 2020 and I was working on relocating to the US, I stayed home for about 3 years and I didn't really know what to do with my time. I wake up late and the first thing I do is I grab my phone and just check my notifications, scroll on TikTok, scroll on YouTube Shorts, watch Instagram Reels, go on Twitter and enter into arguments with random people on the internet. Now, I would go to bed with so much guilt on my mind. I felt like I had wasted the entire day, and you probably felt that way because you wake up late, you grab your phone and you start doing some random things. You don't really plan your day. You go and roam in the neighborhood, just some random stuff, and then you go back to bed with so much guilt, with so much pain, and with so much resentment. Now, this is totally fine. It is so much normal to not really know what to do with your time, to not really know what to do with your life. But you have to remember that in the midst of the darkness, that is where we see the stars shine. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you 5 tips on what to actually do with your life, or how to actually find what to do with your life. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Now, on the mission to find what to do with your life, the first thing I want you to do is something called dopamine detox. Now, what is dopamine detox? I want you to detox or remove yourself from all the things you've been addicted to, like, the weed, the social media, all those bad habits that you know. I want you to detox yourself from these things. I want you to separate yourself from all these habits for probably a week or 3 days. So what I was doing back then is I wasn't using social media for about a week. I would go off WhatsApp for about a week, come online for about 3 days and just go off because I was on the mission. I wanted to find my purpose. I wanted to find what to do with my life. And now in these times, in this solitude, remember that all the successful people back then, the Abraham Lincoln, the John Wesley, all these people, they had time in solitude. They spent so much time journaling. They spent time in solitude. And that is how come they found so much mission. They found so much purpose with their time. So the first thing I want you to do is detox yourself from all these bad habits. So if you are someone who is extremely addicted to your phone like I was back then, I mean today I'm still addicted to my phone, but it's because I respond to a lot of messages. So I want you to remove yourself from social media. Get yourself probably a week or 2. Turn off your mobile phone. It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very, very difficult, I'm telling you, because going off the internet, you're going to have this fear of missing in action where probably who is beefing on the internet or who is actually fighting this person on the internet. Let me just check what is happening on TikTok. Or my friend will message you. You will have to delete all these apps from your phone. Turn off your mobile phone for about 3 days. You are not going to miss out on anything. You never miss out on anything when you are online, and that is the same thing that is going to happen when you turn off your internet. So turn off your mobile phone for about 3 days, and I want you to be with your book and your pen. For the 3 days you are going to spend in solitude, I want you to just be with your mobile phone. I want you to just be with your notebook and your pen. So spend time in the room, you alone, be quiet, just be staring on the ceiling. Just stare. It's going to be very painful, very, very hard, I'm telling you, but I actually did this thing and I found my purpose. I found my mission. So stare in the ceiling, just be looking at the ceiling and just be pondering on your life. Look at how you want to see yourself. Look at the life that you want to be living in the next 5 years, in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months. How do you actually want to see yourself? What is your dream life? What is the dream job? What is your dream woman? Okay, let's do this real quick. I want you to imagine right now your dream woman. How does she look like? How does she carry herself? What kind of an incredible woman is she to your children? How proud are you to have her by your side? How proud are you to have her by your side? You have that image now. Okay, cool. Now I want you to imagine her with another guy. Let it stink. Make it very painful because you just lost your future wife, the future mother of your future kids, to some other guy because you decided to waste your time playing random video games. You decided to waste your time not living a purposeful life. That is the reality of life. It is competition 24/7. So the first thing I want you to do is spend so much time in solitude with your book and your pen and just journal your thoughts down. So for me, I remember back then when I was in a very bad condition. My mental health was so bad. My physique was so bad, very broke. Literally, I was in the lowest point of my life. I had gone down, down, down in my life, and that was when I literally found my purpose. So in your room, in the solitude that you are spending, take some time off the internet, take some time off your friends and your family, just you in the room, and start journaling your thoughts. What are the things that I would like to do? What do I actually love doing? What are my strengths and my weakness? Which is the second point I'm going to talk about. That is your strength and your weakness. So for me, my strength is that I can write. I am extremely good at writing. I mean, you see it from my works. I have about 19 books, and I did all these things in the span of 3 years. So you could imagine how good of a writer that I am. I hate this thing when people are like, okay, he's bragging. Okay, fine, I'm bragging. Yeah. So I want you to write down your strengths. You are very good in singing. You're probably good in writing. You're very good in journal. You're very good in what you are good at. So I want you to write down your ideas. What are the things that you would want to do? So for me, I wanted to write books. I had always wanted to write books. I had wanted to have a podcast, to have a YouTube channel, which is so recording videos just like I have always ever imagined, talking about things that are so dear to me. So I want you to write down the dream life that you want, your strengths and your weakness. Probably you are very good at this sport, you are very good at this skill, and these things are literally going to be a guide to finding your purpose. So for me, my greatest skills are writing and speaking, and that is what led to my purpose. That is being an activist. I haven't started being an activist yet, but I believe I'm on the journey, and I know I'm on the journey to becoming a lawyer. So that is it. Basically, I want you to write down your weakness as well. For me, I am a very emotional person. My emotions tend to get the best of me, and that is one of the habits of human rights lawyers. So human rights lawyers are people that really get pissed off when they see the rights of people being abused or being curtailed. So I literally want to branch into the field of human rights law, speaking for people, standing in place for people who cannot speak. And that is what really annoys me, the fact that I see people getting abused every single day. I see women getting abused. I see kids especially getting abused emotionally, physically. It literally gets to the core of me. And that is what I actually realized when I was spending time in solitude. So that is my weakness. I get emotional very easily. For now, it's better. It's improving all the time. I had so much low self-esteem. That was also another weakness that I was experiencing back then. So I want you to write down your strength and your weakness. I don't know if I'll probably leave a worksheet in the description. If I do, hopefully you'll see it, but if I don't, then you probably have to do it yourself. So take a pen and a paper, write down your strength and your weakness. Probably you're extremely good at sport. What do you do with little to no effort? What can you do when you wake up from sleep? Someone wakes you up, yo, do this for me. You can literally do it. And for me, it's writing. I love writing. I'm always writing something. There's no way I go the entire day without writing. So for me, writing and speaking, I love talking. I love speaking. I love making podcasts. I like making YouTube videos and stuff. So I want you to identify your strengths and your weakness. And the second thing I want you to do is, what are your values and your beliefs? Now, this thing could be a bit complicated when you haven't really found your purpose, because you actually tend to build your values and your beliefs after you find your purpose. So for me, my values is that I'm a Christian, and that is what basically influences my value. I'm a Christian. I have to live a life that pleases God. God brought you into this world to fulfill a purpose. You think God woke you up this morning that today I want you to actually pick your phone and watch TikTok videos and insult people in the comment section, get jealous and go on Twitter and go and speak your mind and insult celebrities. No, God gave you a mission in this world. There's no way that God brought you into this world for no reason. I always give this example on social media that God, even we as human beings, we don't go to the market to buy things we know we are not going to be using, or we don't go to the markets to buy stuff that are useless. How much more God creates you? Who is the highest? God, who is the highest person? How much more He would create you, and He knows that He's not going to use you for nothing. He knows that He's not going to let you fulfill any purpose, but then He brought you into this world. I want you to think about it. So I want you to list down all the things that you value. You value true friendships. You value genuine friendships. You value kindness. You value this. I want you to list all these things in the journal. So you first of all find your strengths and your weakness, and you go down to your values and your beliefs. Now the next thing I want you to do is, what do you enjoy doing, which is a bit tied to the strengths and the weaknesses. So what do you enjoy doing in your free time? Now there's something very weird about me where I learned I tend to talk to myself a lot. So anytime that I'm in my room, I'm always talking to myself. I literally did it before this YouTube video where I just start talking to myself, writing random speeches. I've made so many speeches in my mind where it just felt so weird that I'll write a random speech and then just be reading it like I'm at a real or a physical event. So this is things that I love doing at my free time. I literally write stuff that I would want the world to hear, and then I'll just start talking to myself, and that is something that I do with so much ease. So what do you do with so much ease? What can you do with little effort? Literally little to zero effort. You probably play football well. You can start making videos online, playing football and stuff. You can make content online. I'm not talking about those kind of cringe YouTube videos or TikTok videos that people who dress like females and with those nasty, disgusting makeups and be shaking their buttocks on the internet. I mean, real and valuable content like what you are watching right now, the productive content you are watching right now. That is something that you probably might have so much freedom to do. Let's say, for me, I really struggled with depression. I really struggled with abuse, low self-esteem, and that is the kind of content that I want to be uploading. That is the kind of videos that I want to be making to be helping other people. So that is something that I would identify as a topic that I can literally speak about with so much ease and little effort. To be honest, I promised on giving you 5 solid points on how to actually find what to do with your time, or what to do to find your purpose. But then I think with these 3 or with these 4, how many points did I just give you? I think you should just count. With these 3 solid points that I had given you, I think you should possibly find what you should be able to do with your life. That is, if you're able to identify your strengths and your weakness, and to actually find time in solitude too. And to actually find time in solitude, the most important part of this journey, spend time alone, being alone, write journals, read books, listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks, not just some random music on the internet. When you're able to do all these 3 things, you should probably be on the journey to finding your purpose. Now, another thing that I would normally do, or I would do anytime I feel like I'm losing track, or I'm losing track of my purpose, is I actually try and get inspiration from other people. Now, I used to watch a lot of motivation videos on YouTube. At least I used to watch a lot of podcasts on YouTube. You know, all these successful people talk about how their lives was back then and how their lives is right now. And I would get the inspiration. It's more like a blueprint. I literally followed that blueprint, and then I literally found my purpose. Now, what do you do if you're able to identify your strengths and your weakness? I want you to ruthlessly, I want you to fully, without the fear of people's opinions, without the fear of anything, start working on your purpose. Start going deep into it. So probably you are probably passionate about making makeups or doing makeups for other people. Grab your little sister, grab your friend, start making makeup videos and then post them online. You're probably passionate about writing books. Write your first book. It's very easy to write a book, because I don't know if it's just me, but I don't really struggle to write a book. Find how to write books, how to find a niche in the book section and write a book about it. Maybe you are someone who is really passionate about making YouTube videos. Just turn on the camera and start recording like I am doing. Don't care about what people are going to say about you, because at the end of the day, it just doesn't matter. When you're able to do this, you will genuinely find joy in the things that you are very passionate about. Click up here to watch this video. Your future can be better than now, and you have the power to make it too.